Good morning everyone, this is Saranya, Assistant Professor in ISL department, and today's session we are going to see Dbms lab programs here. So here in the first program, so we have to implement SQL commands. Now here in this, so we have to create a table and how to alter the table and how to drop and rename and truncate the table here. So we all know that in database, so we have to create a table and we have to store the information using tables here. So here in this lab session, so now here we are using an SQL command line. So here software downloading after installing we are an SQL. So this is the interface we are getting. So in this, so we have to create our table. So see here, before going to creating our table, so here we have to interact with the database here. So how to interact with database here, we have to use some predefined method connection, and then we have to give some username and password here. So like this we have to give the username and password. So after providing the username and password, we can start interact with the database here. Now here in this first program we have to create a DDL commands here. So here in DDL the first thing is, so we have to create a table. So for creating tables, so here we have to use the create method. So create is a method which is used for creating tables. Now, so we have to mention table is a predefined method and we have to give the table name here. So now I'm taking my table name is student 1. Then this table name is our user choice. We can take any name, so according to our requirements. Now here in this we have to mention the columns here. So now here I'm taking two columns. So one is student ID. So this is one of the column name we are having. So according to our requirement we can take any column names here. So after taking column here, so we have to mention the data type like this. And if you want to mention the size also we can mention. So here this side is a column name and varchar is the data type. So here this varchar, it supports all the data type, like it supports int, string, float, whatever it may be. For that reason here I'm taking varchar. So apart from this varchar we have different data types we are having, like number data type, data type, like that we are having different data types we are having in database for creating our table and for mentioning our tables in our particular database. Now see here, according to our requirement we can take any number of columns here. Now I'm taking student name, one more column, varchar, and then we can mention size also. So here you are getting name is already used by an existing object. Why? Because in our database that student one object is already existed. So if we want to change the name also, so we can change the names like this. This object is also existed. So now here I am changing the name like this. So now table is created. So now table is created. So after creating this table, so create table, and whatever the table name you want to mention, we can mention the table name, and we have to create the columns like this. So this is the first command in DDL. Now here in DDL, so we have to create a table. So DDL stands for, we all know that, data definition language, which is used for creating structure of our table. For creating structure, here we are going to using create method for creating table. Now here, this is the table we created here. Now if you want to show the structure of your table, we can use desk. Student table. Now see, so by using this method we can see the structure of our table. Now see here in this table we created two columns. One is SID column and the next one is S name column here we created. So if you want to show the structure, we can by using this command we can show the structure also. We can see the structure also here. Like that we have to create a table according to user requirement. Now see, this after creating table, so if you want to alter the table here, so now see here, and previously we created two columns only. Now suppose if you want to add one more column, so we can use the alter command and we can add one more column according to user requirement here. So now see here, so what is the command which is used for creating alter method here? So we all know that is how to create a table by using create method, and here after creating this table, if you want to modify the structure, that means suppose if you want to add one more column, so by using alter method we can add, see alter table name, table name, add column name, data type. Now see, so see here in this, what is our table name? Student 123 4 is our student table name here. Now for altering table also, so now alter table, so then student 123 4. So here we are using add method, which is used for adding the column in our particular table. So now see, here like that, so we can add a column here like alter table student table name and add, and if we want to add one more column we can add. See, so alter table, add table name is student 123 4. So now see, I want to add one more column is add marks column. I want to add marks. Then we all know that, so after mentioning our table names, we have to mention our data type like this. We want to mention, we can mention. See, so see here, so here we added one column, that is marks column. So for altering our table, so in previously we have two columns we have in our student 123 4 table. Now after creating a table, so after modifying a table, so here we are adding marks column. Now if you want to see, so we can see by using this student 1 2 3 4 like this. Now see, so here previously we are having two columns, and now after adding one more column by using alter method, so we are getting three columns. So like that we have to alter our table according to our requirement by using alter method. So alter with add method, like that we have to do. So now, and one more is alter with modify method. Now see here, so suppose if we want to modify the column also, we can modify by using alter with modify method. So the same syntax, instead of that add method we can use the modify, then we can modify the structure. And one more is drop table. So suppose if you want to drop your table, so how to drop your table? By using drop command. So here the drop method, which is used for dropping your table. So how to write the syntax for that? So same, so we have to use the drop method and table, and whatever the table name we mentioned here. So suppose we have our table name is student 1 2 3 4. If we want to drop your table, we have to use drop table and student 1 2 3 4. So like that we have to drop our table here. And suppose if we want to drop column, the single column if we want to drop, we can drop the column also. That means we can delete the column by using the drop method here. Now see, and the next one is a rename method. So now if you want to rename your table name, so how to rename your table? Suppose if you want to rename your column, so now see, suppose we can use the rename, alter with rename. So alter table name, rename whatever the column name we are having existing, so that existing name, and whatever the new name if you want to add, we can add the new name. Like that we can use. Suppose we can see that, see, alter, suppose I want to rename the column name, so how to rename that particular column here? Alter suppose table. So now our table name is student 1 2 3 4. Now here alter with rename method. Now I am using a rename method. Now see here in this example, whatever this is syntax we are having for renaming your old name to new name. So suppose if we want to rename our columns, we have to mention the column method, and then whatever the old name we are having, old name to new name. So now see the column, and suppose in previously we have marks column is there. Now I want to take marks to something like average, like so whatever the old name we are having, now I'm having marks. This is the old name, existing column we are having. Now I want to change that columns to marks to total marks. So like that we have to rename the column. So now see, by using this rename method we are going to we change the column name by using that. So if you want to see, we can see the structure. Our column name was modified. Now see, so in previously we have marks column. Now after renaming our column, we will be getting total marks column. Like that we have to rename the table. So now, so like that we have to do. So the next one is truncate method. So now if you want to truncate your table, so if you want to truncate, we can use the truncate method. So by removing the information from your table. So truncate table name. So see, truncate table. So see, so like that we have to truncate our table. So now like this we have to truncate. So if you want to drop your tables, drop table and 1, 2, 3, 4. Like that we can drop your table. So like that we can drop our table and we can truncate our table. So suppose if you are truncating your table, after truncating that structure will remain same. So now see here in this program, we just created structure only. We did not insert any value of information in our table. So after inserting your value of information, if you want to truncate your table, that structure will remain same. That information, whatever the information we inserted in the particular table, that information will remains. That information will be removed from our table. So like this we have to create our table. So by using all these methods, so create, alter, drop, rename and truncate method. So like that we have to do all the information. Now suppose if we want to create one more table, so we can create the table by using create table only, like that. Suppose here we created student table. Now if we want to create employee table, we can create like this, and we can change the IDs, employees, and suppose if we want to create employee ID, we can create, and we can create employee. Like that we can create. So according to your requirements, we can create all the tables by using all this method. This is all like the DDL commands. So in this program, so mainly we have to create the table structure. So here in this, so how to create a table structure by using create method, alter method, drop method and rename method and truncate method. So here, so after creating structure, now if we want to insert our value of information, how to insert our value of information, we will see. So how to insert value of information.